Hi, I'm Dan Bovenmeyer, and I'm sure you guys all know me from Grace Community Church. This is Wade Summers, and I'm just excited to have Wade on staff at Grace. We just hired him here several months ago, and Wade is going to be is our coordinator of outreach at Grace Community Church, and his main thing has been helping missional communities get out on mission. And we want to get the whole church on a mission, but right now we're really focusing on trying to move communities onto mission. And so getting community groups all going on mission together, I think is awesome. So Wade, I'm just excited to have you on. First of all, tell me a little bit about some of the things you've been working on as you've come on staff, and tell us about some of the upcoming stuff that you have going.
Yeah, it's been a joy to join staff with Grace, and there's just such an eagerness from Momentum to get out and serve. And so we have a thing called Skip and Serve coming up, which is I think going to answer a lot of that passion to serve in the community, but maybe having a sense of where do I go next.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be a combination of opening up some seats in the church so that we can be a more welcoming place for newcomers, as well as giving community groups a chance to be able to have an hour of their time that they can go and then spend once a month serving in the community.
Right.
And to make it a little bit simpler, a lot of community organizations in my short time being on staff with Grace have reached out to me to Grace itself, asking for our help. And so I've asked them to make it into kind of like some simple bullet points of what would it look like for a community group to serve that organization once a month for roughly an hour, and then what is the impact that organization is having. So you're going to be able to go through this guide and look at these different organizations and see what they're doing to impact the community and how you can be a part of it, and then I'll be that connector between you and your community group and that organization.
Awesome. So I know one thing we've been seeing with missional communities is they'll do a project, like a one-time thing, and then they'll do another project with a completely different organization and do a one-time thing there. I know you've been wanting to change that culture a little bit and maybe try to focus a community group onto a specific project.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about what you're thinking there.
Well, I think there's something that's really valuable in being able to have that long-term partnership, both in terms of like if you're interacting directly with the people you're serving, then you're actually building real relationships. That's right. And if you're not able to directly interact with the clients, the people that are actually serving in the community, but you're actually making an impact on those people who are serving in the community, and actually being able to be a witness to them and showing them that the church cares about the poor, the church cares about the hurting in our community. I think it's just it's also a little bit more satisfying. Yeah. And then you just start building rhythms, and then it becomes less about like, oh, what do I have to, we need to figure something out for next month, and more of like, oh, we know where we're going to go, we know what we're going to do. Right. And so that's why we're asking for a commitment through roughly the month of May, that once Skip and Serve starts, that you would continuously serve the same organization once a month. Right. For that period of time.
That makes total sense. Cool. When is that starting?
It'll be starting. There'll be a study that you're gonna wonderfully tell everyone about, and then at the end of that, we'll instruct you to start in February.
Yeah. So yeah, we are going to be doing. I just want to let all community group leaders know we're going to be doing a little bit of a community group evaluation, and what that means is we're going to have community groups go through a 3-week study that's just going to focus on the 3 core principles of community group. One is gospel truth, one is gospel community, and one is gospel mission. And so all 3 of those weeks we're going to focus on how is your group doing that, and your whole group will walk through that study together. And so as you're planning out your upcoming studies, we're going to plan to do that in February, so be prepared for your groups to do that. And at the end of that, as you get to gospel mission, that's when we're going to start talking really seriously about Skip and Serve. The other thing I want to let you guys know too coming up is that we will be having an all leaders meeting for all community groups, and we're going to be focusing on launching new groups, the health of your current groups, and also reaching out and mission into the community. All of that is going to happen on the 14th of January, which is a Monday, and so please put that on your calendar as well. You should be getting a promo more about that soon. So Wade, another thing I know you've been thinking about is short-term trips.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about. We've already had some short-term trips that are going overseas, tell me a little bit about what you've been working on stateside trips.
Yeah, so we have a really thriving and consistent trips to Haiti and to Guatemala, and so there's just a lot of opportunities, but we want to offer an option that is stateside and that maybe would be a little bit more cost effective for like the whole family to go.
Right.
And so we're thinking of launching in spring break time a high school trip, but with the high schoolers being able to bring their families with them, and going to inner city Chicago and serving with an organization that's been long-standing, well-respected in the community,
Yeah.
And just getting a chance to serve. Nice.
Awesome. So if people would like to go on that trip, we're thinking of teens with their families, but I think if someone even just wanted to go for the experience, they could come along. How would they sign up? Should they talk to you, or how would they do that?
We're in the teaser phase right now, so put it in your calendar, treat it like a save the date. But yeah, reach out to me, and I'll once we get more information and start getting some very specific things like start and end time and cost and those sorts of things. I'll send them out to anybody who's interested.
Awesome, great. Okay, so the last thing, we've been working in coordination with several other churches here in town with a new organization we're calling Hope for Johnson County. And the goal is that we want to rally multiple churches with common theology and values from around town together. And we want to try to serve together and help together and some of the bigger and even some of the small community issues that are going on around town. And so it's been really cool. There's churches like Veritas and One Ancient Hope that are involved in this organization. And we've been starting to meet with the city and talking to both city officials like the Iowa City Police Department, and then also different social workers across town. And as we've been hearing about needs, there was one need that kind of stood out for us this Christmas season. And so Wade, I wanted you to talk a little bit about what you've been hearing and what the need is and how we can help.
One of the consistent needs that we heard was there used to be a STORT program that provided things like car seats, and I think the most powerful story that was told during that time was one of the police officers was sharing that when they pull someone over and there's children in the back that don't have a car seat, their heart is not to give them a ticket. Their heart is to be able to give them a car seat so they can let them go. But if they don't have a car seat to be able to give them, then they're forced to put in this hard situation of sticking them with a ticket that they can't pay, in addition to the fact that they still don't have a car seat. And so us as churches are joining in with High Point, which is one of the other Hope for Johnson County churches,
Yeah, that's right.
and joining into something they started and trying to make it bigger. And so we're trying to have this drive to collect at least 40 car seats to be able to give, and so that there's in these situations where families, a lot of them tend to be refugees or recent immigrants who maybe are actually not even familiar with the need for car seats or the ways that provides safety. And so it provides safety, it takes care of a family, and it allows parents to get to things like daycare and to school and to work, and so it's a win-win-win all around.
Right, absolutely. Okay, so we're trying to get car seats. They need to be new car seats, right?
Yeah, they do. Just because of car seats do expire, and so it has to be a new one. That was one of the requirements.
Okay, so it's a new car seat. They have to buy. So what we're hoping for is if there would be some community groups that hearts would be touched by this. We're trying to reach out and build some bridges into different sections of even people groups in town. And so by doing things like this, I think we're going to be opening up future doors for more ministry and more things that I think will be effective in the community. And so if people did want to buy a car seat and give it, how would they work with you and coordinate with you to get that to you?
Yeah, so we'll be sending out some more information, but basically if you drop it off in the main office of the church, either on Sundays or in office hours during the week, you can go ahead I've instructed the secretaries, but as a reminder, you can just put it on my desk, which is to the left when you come in the door, and then I'll get it to the right place.
Got it. And then you also have some specifications on types of car seats and some more FAQ, frequently asked questions.
Yeah.
So how would people get a hold of that?
Yeah, that's actually a good...
So I think what we're going to do is we'll post that in the comments section below on the Facebook post that will go up here, and then we'll also put it on Basecamp so you guys can find it there. So you can look up and get any questions you have, or they can also contact you. Do you want to give out your email address?
Yeah, my email address is Wade, W-A-D-E-S, @graceb3.org.
Awesome. So anyway, I am so excited that you're on staff, Wade. It's just been a blessing and pleasure on my end as well to have you. There's been a lot of things I've wanted to get going, and with your help, we are actually getting going. And I'm just so excited that that's happening. So thank you for coming on, and both staff and on this video, and I'm sure we'll be talking more soon. See you guys later.
Bye.